Folks, I'd like to sing you a song that I wrote in tribute to some of our newest neighbors in Kings County. A few years ago, we had a number of Amish families move down to Kings County. Now, I have to tell you, friends, when I first started seeing them trotting along the side of the road with their horse and buggies, I thought to myself, that's a little strange. People live in the old-fashioned way, you know, in these modern times. But, since I wrote up this song kind of in tribute to the Amish community, I've got to know a good few of them. And I discovered that when I wrote this song, maybe I had some preconceptions about the Amish community. And I found out, since I made a good friend, Jacob Miller, he's actually building me a mini barn, Amish Jacob is right now. And he's very open about questions I asked him about the Amish culture. I found out that a lot of these preconceptions I had were incorrect. I found out some things that really surprised me. Do you guys want to hear a couple of them? Well, here's one that's going to blow your mind. Amish people love fast food. I know, I'm like you guys, and you guys don't believe me, but I figured, they're working so hard all the time. They probably just eat meat, potatoes, and vegetables and healthy stuff, right? But incorrect. Amish people love fast food. And if you don't believe me, you can go down to Montague, and any of the fast food chains on the main street in Montague there, if you go to the back of their parking lots, you'll find a hitching post, like the Old West. And that's where the Amish guys tie up their horses and buggies and go in and have their burger and fries. I'm not making it up. Another thing I found out is the Amish community really has a good sense of humor. The guys I've met anyway. And I'll tell you a little story that illustrates that. First thing I got to tell you is, in case you didn't notice, I'm not really a professional singer. What I actually do for a living is I drive a garbage truck. Now it's too late to get your money back. This story comes from what I call the garbage man file. So I was telling you about these hitching posts that the Amish guys have in the parking lots of fast food chains. Well, it works out great for them because they're in the back corner, but a couple of winters ago, it didn't work out so well because we had a number of snowstorms in a row, and the snow piled up all of a sudden in a 2-week period, and the parking lots filled up with great big mounds of snow in the back of the parking lots. So the Amish guys had nowhere to tie up their horses. But at Tim Hortons and Wendy's in Montague, their garbage bins are behind a wooden fence, a wooden corral that kind of hide the garbage bins. So I pulled in one day to get the garbage, and there, tied up to the gates I had to open to get to the garbage can, was a horse and buggy. So friends, normally when there's a vehicle parked in front of a garbage can, I figure I can never figure out who owns it, so I just think to myself, I'll swing back and get it the next day I'm going by. But this particular day, I figured if I go into that restaurant, I think I'm going to be able to spot the owner of this particular vehicle. So I was in for the mood for a little fun, so into the restaurant I go, and there standing in line at Wendy's was a man with a straw hat and his very conservative shirt and pants. And I walked over and introduced myself, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm the garbage man, and normally when there's a vehicle parked in front of the can, I can't figure out who owns it, but I'm damn near sure you own this one." He never missed a beat. He reached into his hand and he said, "Here, you want the keys?" Not making that up. So I've since got to play this song for that man and for his brother-in-law, Jacob, who's building me a mini barn in Montague, and they love it. And I did write this song up it's a sincere tribute, I guess you would call it. And it sounds a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's basically just me being jealous of their simple way of life. This is the Amish song. Think you're gonna turn Amish, gonna get a straw hat, I'll get some black pants and suspenders and a shirt that will go with that. And I won't have to worry about whether I'm in style. And the biggest beard a man could grow would cover up my smile. Think I'm gonna turn Amish, gonna get a good horse. I'll buy one who knows the way home, just in case I get off course. Then I won't have to worry about mileage or repairs. I'll just tip my hat to everybody driving by who stares. Think I'm gonna turn Amish, gonna get a good wife, gonna raise us up some children, and we'll live the simple life. Then I won't have to worry about trouble they get in, 'cause the telephone and internet and TV is a sin. Think I'm gonna turn Amish, I'll get back to the land. I'll grow all my crops organic and sell them at a roadside stand. Then I won't have to worry what's in the food I buy, 'cause when I'm eating field to table, I'll be a frugal, healthy guy. But I was never much for farming, so that's the wrinkle in my plan. So could someone ask the Amish if they need a garbage man? Think I'm gonna turn Amish, I'm gonna try and find God. I may find it out in nature, now I know that might sound odd. But can you blame me if I worry about the state of things today? And the song may never change the world, so I guess I better pray.